Good morning. Spring break has started here in California, and we're just getting ready to head down for a nice, wonderful road trip here. We're in my 2021 Model S long-range version, and we're going to be going from Pleasanton, California, all the way down to San Diego, and then spend a couple days there, and then hop on a little cruise. So we're going to have a good time. Kids are already in the car. Unfortunately, not able to bring the dog this time. Wife's putting away her car right now, and you can see in here we have all the bags ready to go. So not too many bags here. We do have another bag in the cubby down here below in the hidden compartment. But yeah, all of us have a backpack, a secondary bag, and then one big bag with some family items in there. So everything's fitting in here pretty nice, pretty snug, no problems at all. I brought my Air Moto in case I have any problems with my tires on the road trip, so we'll be able to keep a close eye on that so we don't run into any problems. But looks like we're all ready to go and get on this road trip. So come along for us. We'll be stopping at a couple of the superchargers on the way down, and we'll talk about how charging works, what the costs are around that, how the car's holding up. You can see we got it cleaned here, so it's in great shape for the road trip. So let's get this started. We got the whole family in the car just getting started here, just going out in the neighborhood. But the first stop's in about 3 hours and 15 minutes. We'll have to see if we make it that far. It's saying we're only gonna have 11% on the battery when we get there. So we'll see if we can make it that far. It's about 227 miles to the Bakersfield supercharger, 343 miles on the battery. We got a full charge on the battery, but this is the long range version. But as many of you may know, with the performance wheels and tires, we're only getting about 240, 250 miles on the battery. With the more efficient, economical tires, you can get up to about 402 miles on the battery. But most EVs never drive that exact mileage. Those are perfect conditions and driving the perfect speed, so it typically doesn't happen. Anyways, let's get this road trip started, and we'll be on our way to San Diego. Just cruising down 580 East here, and then we'll be going south most of the trip. But for those of you new to Tesla driving and EV driving, you will notice that, especially in this Tesla here, our destination for the first supercharger just changed in real time. Now it does that if it doesn't think you're going to make it to your other charger, given the speed you're going or what have you. And so, given the current situation, going uphill, maybe against a wind, maybe the car is burning more energy than it had originally calculated when it first did your trip. So it did bring us into a closer supercharger. Now we're going to be going for about 2 hours and 40 minutes or 189 miles from where we're at right now. So you will see that automatically adjust if you want to. You can always manually adjust it back. But now it's saying that we're going to arrive at the Lost Hills supercharger and have about 18% left on the battery.
Let's see if we can I take a peek? I want to see if what restaurants are there.
All right, we're going to see what restaurants are there.
How do I do that?
Oh, you got to hit on the, go to them. There you go. Then click on the red dot. So you can see she's zooming in.
Yeah.
And then you click on the red dot.
Let's see the restaurants here.
Right there.
Let's see if we have a Starbucks gap.
Ooh, we have a Denny's. Yeah, I like the
Taco
Denny's.
Bell?
Taco Bell, Denny's. A lot of good restaurants. McDonald's.
There's a Mickey D's.
So we'll have a good restaurant or two, I'm sure.
Right onto Highway 46.
There it is. Actually, we haven't been to this one, you guys. This is a new supercharger for us. Lost Hills, California, but you can see it's right there next to Denny's.
Now turn right.
So there's a food mart across the street. We've got a couple other good things. So
Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
On the left.
yeah, can you lift your visor, please? Thanks. All right.
Oh, it's really close.
It's a little crowded in here, but
Now you have arrived at your destination.
see all the chargers over here. Let's look over here. Might be better to park over here. No, I'm gonna park here because I want to park in between. I don't know what level of charger this is. Okay, we're at our first supercharger on this trip down to San Diego. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up here. And just hit the button, plug it in. Let's wait for the green light. That way we know that it's actually charging once you get the green light. There it is, okay? Let's take a look at the dashboard real quick. A lot of families out here. All right, let's see what we got here. We are starting our charging here. Let's see what our costs are. Okay, over here, okay, wow, 240 kilowatts. There we go. So we are charging pretty quickly, which is excellent. So that's pretty good. 256 kilowatts is great. So I wonder how long they're predicting we're gonna be here. It says only 10 more minutes until we can continue our trip. So that's really good. Okay, I will highlight a couple of things after we charge, and then we'll look at the next charging station here in a second. So let's take a look. We're gonna use the restroom real quick and come back. All right. All right, we're just here at the supercharger and just kind of highlighting a couple key things. So there's a Quiznos there. Obviously you saw the Denny's. There's a Jack and the Crack over there. There's a number of gas stations. There is a Carl's Jr. down there, way down there. You can see way down there. We also have McDonald's way down there. There's even a Subway over here. A couple other items. Mostly gas stations. There's Subway. Oh, a Taco Bell. I can see a Taco Bell. Real faint there, you can kind of see. So Taco Bell, Subway, Carl's Jr., McDonald's, Denny's. There's a Quiznos and a Jack. So a lot of different options for food here. Charging's really good at this charger, so no complaints on that. Let's see, there's a number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different chargers. And yes, I know I can look at the computer and see how many chargers also. And the charging rate, we are getting, when I left the car, we're getting about 256 kilowatts. So pretty fast charging here. The fastest my car will charge anyways. So I think some of them will charge faster now, the newer Model 3s or Model Ys. For those of you that know, please put that as a comment down below. But I think the fastest a Tesla supercharger may do is their newest chargers will go close to 300, but let me know if anyone knows. It may be just 256. I'm not 100% sure. I just also saw there's an Arby's right there. Kind of hard to see, but there's also an Arby's here as well. So for those of you that like an Arby's, this is the place for you then. Great supercharger. All right, so we got more than enough energy to continue the trip here. So the battery is now at 291 miles, 63 degrees outside. Charging is slowed all the way down to 59 kilowatts. And we're getting, you can kind of see there the details. But on our last trip, I wanted to point out, so from our house to here, we drove about 203 miles. Took about 2 hours and 42 minutes. We got an average energy of 345 watts per mile, which is not great, but it's not bad. Down below, you can see some of our other distances that we've had, but the lower this number gets, the better and more efficient your car is driving. So, for example, some of the less efficient cars, electric cars out there, like the Porsche Taycan, this number will be quite a bit higher, more like 400 watts per mile, or even 450. If you're driving it really hard and really sporty, you're probably going to get 500. So not very efficient compared to Teslas. This one was just okay. We'll see how the next trip looks. See if we can get it lower than that. But I am trying to accelerate in certain areas of the road where I can. So we'll be trying to do that where we can. So we're not really as concerned about efficiency as we are about speed today. So we'll see where we get with that. It's also not too hot outside, so the AC doesn't seem to be having to run or work as hard. So that's also something we've noticed. Okay, let's go down to charging so you can kind of see here. So overall, you can see we're almost full, but we're going to kind of take off here in a bit because we have more than enough battery to reach our next destination. You can see down below here, 42 cents for kilowatt hour. And this particular session was about $26.88. That'll probably be slightly over $27 by the time I unplug here in the next 4 to 5 minutes. And then we're going to move forward. But it does look like we might be now being charged 50 cents a minute on top of that, because I think we are, I don't know if idle means we're not charging, so we're still charging. So I think we're good to go, and we'll continue our trip down to San Diego. Okay, so our next stop is going to be down here. There's a big supercharger down here. You can see we're right above LA by the time we get there. So that's going to be where we're headed. There's 12 stalls available right now, and this will charge you at 250 kilowatts. Let's see what kind of food and options they have here. Oops, not there. Let's see. Let me click on this, and then there we go. Okay, so it looks like there's a taqueria. Sushi looks like it's closed, maybe open by the time we get there. Pizza Hut, Subway. I'm always liking a good Subway. Wingstop, Jack in the Box, and looks like we're gonna get there at about 12:22, so about an hour and 20 minutes or so. Just got here at the Irvine supercharger, and sure enough, there's no stalls open. 2 of them are down, and so we're just waiting on one of these guys to pop up and leave. So we'll have to see when that happens. I've only had to wait at a supercharger maybe 2 or 3 times before, and that's after owning at least one Tesla since 2016. So they are getting quite a bit busier. Now, we are in Irvine, so it's a very big population and a lot of people around here, and a lot of Teslas. The good news is that most of these are all Teslas. I don't see any Rivian or Fords here, so kind of interesting. But they're only going to get busier. All right, we only had to wait about 3 or 4 minutes, so let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, it jumped right up to 246, 49, 249 kilowatts. So this should be, I don't think we're going to be here too long. Yeah, it says 6 minutes to continue our trip, so we'll see. But you can see it jumped up pretty good there. 82 miles currently on the battery. It's saying only 5 minutes, 72 degrees. And we'll do a summary on the total cost here. So not too bad. Again, only had to wait about 3 or 4 minutes, so nothing too startling here. Just finishing up here at the Irvine supercharger. I wanted to give you guys a rundown of what to expect here. So this is one of the busier chargers that superchargers that I've been to. It did go up to 250 kilowatts, which is great. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 superchargers. 2 of them are down. We're in Irvine, so at the Irvine supercharger, and there's a lot of great things around here. So there's a couple nice sit-down restaurants, a bunch of banks kind of connected to this outdoor mall. There's a CVS here, which can be very handy. A lot of small Asian places. So I think this is a big Asian area, which is great. But anyways, pretty good supercharger area. Weather's excellent, so just kind of enjoying resting my legs, stretching my back for 15 minutes. Okay, ready to get started here. 269 miles, and let's look at our results here. So let's go to, where's it at? Charging. Okay, so about, let's see here, about $27.50 for this charge. That made me wonder if that was correct, because our last bill was about $27. But anyways, $27.50 for this charge. And then let me see, we're about an hour and 15 minutes away from our destination, so not far at all. I think in total we're gonna make it all the way to San Diego for about $70. 4 people, $70. That's pretty good. I wanted to look though real quick at the trips, see how we did here. Okay, it didn't look like it's showing us our details, but anyways, we got everything we need now. We're gonna get started. We have about, it says about an hour and 40 minutes to get down to San Diego. And we're gonna be staying at the Spring Hill Suites by the Marriott. That's right in the Bay of San Diego, so right, kind of overlooking where all the cruise ships are and the Midway aircraft carrier is. So I'll certainly get some footage of that for you guys at the very end of the trip here. All right, let's get rolling. Just got here to Spring Hill Suites. It's a Marriott right on the Bay of San Diego, as you can see here. Ocean's out there, and we're going to be getting on a cruise ship, which should be right over those trees right there. So should be pretty exciting. A bit windy here right now. The car did really well. You can see we're just checking in at the hotel. It's looking pretty clean. A little dirt on the front of the car and the mirrors there, as you can see from the bugs and everything. But what you'd expect from a normal road trip. Overall, let's see how we did. Now, I will let you know that the traffic was pretty bad from LA down into San Diego. Even though it was only about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it was pretty bad. It took us quite a while to get here. So let's take a look at trips. But that last trip, we drove about 84 miles. Took an extra 30 to 40 minutes, so about 84 miles there. You can see efficiency-wise, we did really well, 292 watts per mile, so that's really, really good. The one thing I'll tell you though is we were probably 30 to 40 minutes of the drive, we were going very slow. So that's where, as you guys know, EVs are very efficient when you're going slow. They're not getting a lot of headwind, and so they do really well. So the car did fantastic on that. We're going to be doing another road trip on the way back, so I'll certainly post that for you guys, so you can see the road trip back from San Diego. But you can see on the map here how close we are to the pier. The room we have will overlook part of the pier. This is the Midway aircraft carrier, which we actually might do a tour of. I'm kind of excited about doing a tour of that. And then our cruise ship for Disney is going to be coming in, I think right here it comes in. So we'll see, and we should be able to see that from the room, which is always kind of fun and exciting. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the road trip here today. It was a great drive down, great temperature. Really was between 60, I think 5, all the way up to maybe 71 degrees driving down. Great weather, great trip. Car did really, really well. So overall, pretty happy. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and like the video. Stay tuned for another video on the way up. I'll be posting that probably within the next few days to the next week. And so you guys should be able to see that video. And I'll certainly highlight it here at the end of the video as well. So thanks a lot for your time, guys, and have a wonderful week. Check this out. What the heck is that? What is it? It's certainly trying to get very high into the atmosphere. Look at the trail on this thing. Still trying to figure out what's going on. Let me zoom in. In San Diego.